Hey guys, and welcome to the Backwater Entrepreneur Podcast and Show, the podcast that guides your business from the backwaters to the global marketplace. My name is Jack, and I'm your host. And this is episode number 6. So if you're first tuning in to this podcast and show, I want to tell you that this podcast is for entrepreneurs, for businessmen, for everybody who is building a business, a startup, or even working for a company that targets the global marketplace wherever you are. So if you're anywhere in the world and you're targeting the global marketplace, you're in some kind of a backwater. And I'm going to tell you from my experience of building a company and targeting clients globally, what it takes as far as the business side, as well as far as the mindset, and trying to improve both your business and your mindset through this podcast. So if you like this podcast, please like it, share it, subscribe to it. We are on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. This is episode number 6, and in this episode, I want to talk to you about bad periods in business. I want to talk to you about bad periods in business and bad periods of just shit periods of being an entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is a way of life. It's not just a day job. It's not just a side hustle. It's your life from the moment you wake up to the moment you lie down, when you're working, when you're not working, when you're playing with the kids or just playing with a wife or girlfriend, whatever you have. And it's always with you. So if you can't accept that and can't take everything that comes with it, you have no business being an entrepreneur. And as it is in life, not just in business, you have good days and you have bad days. And, that can be weeks or months or whatever. Bad financially, bad in business, or just bad in your mind. There are times when you don't want to get up from bed, when you're thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Am I doing good? Am I making mistakes? Too many mistakes? Is it going to, am I going to make it, or should I just quit? And you know what? Most people quit. It doesn't matter if they quit after a couple of months, after a year, or after 5 years, they just quit. And it goes with being an entrepreneur. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Not everybody should be an entrepreneur, especially in online business. If everybody was an entrepreneur in online business, who would we have to buy bread from, for example? And I love bread. You look at me. So basically, it isn't always good, and you have to accept that. So there are people, I'm sure that you're like me. So you're following people online, on this podcast, on Instagram, on whatever it is. They have motivational quotes. They are very energetic. Every day is the best day of their lives. They love the hustle. They love the cash. They love the good cars, and they're always winning. Well, that's shit. That's just an advertisement with, like any other advertisement on TV or online. That's motivational bullshit in the sense of they are probably having the best time of their lives while they're on that photo shoot. And probably somebody's, just snapped a photo of being a super duper happy day, hustling and, making it, and then posting it, and then just throwing that mobile under the car, hopefully not, together with the arm and the body and everything else. So basically, that's a lie. And as soon as you start believing or realizing that everybody has bad days and that it's normal to no matter how good your business is going. So I remember me saying, so bad days can be bad in the sense of business is bad. I'm doing everything that I can and I still don't have clients, or everything is good in business, but is this for me? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I fulfilled in my life? Am I happy? Am I truly happy? Do I have problems in the family because that my business is good? Probably you're, just doing too much work and stuff like that. And basically, it comes with that. So no matter what that bad is, there are bad days. I recently had a bad period. And a bad period in business in that sense. So for a couple of months and nothing is happening, and that doesn't mean that you should quit. The most important thing of being an entrepreneur is not to quit. So if you realize that being an entrepreneur is the same way in that you're leading your life and that your business as an entrepreneur is an intricate part of your life, then it's very easy to compare. So if you want to quit when you have one bad day or one bad week, would you quit on a kid, on your kid, if he comes home with a bad grade from school or a problem, or you have a problem, internally in communication? Would you quit? Would you just leave him or send him out? It's the same way with entrepreneurship. You can't quit. You can quit, but you're not an entrepreneur. Then, go get a job. And I want to also tell you that being an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you're going to be more successful than, you having a job. So you having a job will probably be much more easier way of making money than being an entrepreneur, and much less stressful and much less painful and a lot of other things. So it's a very thin line of what you want to do with your life. For example, I'm a workaholic. I love my job. I love the hustle. I love posting, shit I talked about loving my job and loving working. I actually love working, but I still have bad days. I have bad days because everybody has bad days, and everybody needs to realize that success doesn't come without the bad, without going through rough phases, because success comes from learning from mistakes. Not every campaign that you do will be a success. Not every client you talk will be a sell. Not every, day will end up in a success. So what do we do to get out of the bad phase? We need to push through, and we need to, kind of go through the pain, realize, and it's okay to have a few days lying in bed and, not knowing what you have to do, but you're still going to have to, at some point dress and move through the pain. Because nothing will happen unless you make it happen for yourself. So unless you push and do some of the things to go through the bad phase and go into the good phase, nobody will do that for you. When you're an employee somewhere, somebody can take a part of your job and do it for you. The company can get better without your specific help. When you're an entrepreneur, nobody can help you except you. So when you're in a bad phase, you just need to realize, if this is what I love to do and I want to do for the rest of my life, or at least in the next period, so I need to step up. I need to chin up. I need to get my shit together. And I need to think of ways to do other things and push through the bad phase. So I need to brainstorm about new strategy. I need to reorganize my time. I need to give more time to the family, whatever it is. So I'm talking not just on the business side, and that's why I'm naming all of these possibilities, because it depends on what your bad phase is. What's the reason for your bad phase? But you need to push it through. You need to find a solution. You need to take a time and go through the problem and brainstorm and work around it. And only by doing that and continuing the work and continuing the hustle, you will go into the good phase again. And it's going to be, a roller coaster. It's not going to be just this bad phase. You can expect the bad phase to reappear again, and maybe it's going to be another reason for it, but it's going to reappear again, in a while. And it doesn't have to scare you. Everyone goes through a bad phase. It's normal. You just need not to quit. Or you need to quit because you're not an entrepreneur. So that's it for this episode of the Backwater Entrepreneur Podcast. Again, if you find what I have to say useful, like it, share it, comment, please, anywhere. I would love to hear your opinions. I hope you liked the special that I had, and it's going to be a lot more where that came from. And I'll talk to you soon, next week, on the next episode of the Backwater Entrepreneur Podcast and Show. Signing off.